discussing what it's like to be the oldest child. There's a lot more that goes into it than a lot of people think. A lot of responsibility, a lot of paving the path, stuff like that. Statistically, 83% of Americans live with one sibling, and 33 of that 82% is the oldest child. So, not the only one. I am the only one in my household, though, that has ever experienced being an oldest child. My dad is the youngest of 6. My mom is the second of 4. And my siblings obviously aren't the oldest. So I'm the only one that's ever experienced like being the oldest child and just really dealing with that kind of responsibility and leadership and stuff that kind of goes into that. So that's what we're gonna talk about today. First off, I'm the oldest of 3, so got some expertise on the topic. The biggest thing I think is all the firsts that you go through. You're the first to do everything. You're the first to grow up. You're the first to go to a sleepover. You're the first to go out with some friends. You're the first to get your permit. You're first to get their license. You're first to get a car. You're the first to like leave without your parents having to take you somewhere. You're the first to move out. You're the first to really have big responsibility that you have to deal with. So that comes with a lot of pressure, because at least in my family, my mom, she really struggles with me growing up and not moving on, but basically like moving on with my life and not needing her as much, like being able to drive by myself, being able to take myself places, being responsible enough to deal with other people in situations where my parents are not there and having to experience that. My dad, depends on the situation, kind of gives me more leeway with that because I drive my siblings around so much, which is also expected of you as the oldest sibling. Like, you are the only one with a car, so you have to drive your siblings around, go run errands, do what your parents don't want to or don't need to do. So it's challenging in that sense because you've got to learn to be like, man, this is the 3rd time I've been to the grocery store today for mom, but she kind of gives it back to you later. Like, she lets you go somewhere or whatever, but dad is kind of the one that's more of like, yeah, you've been really helpful this week, like, yeah, go ahead, whatever, be home by this time. Mom's more of the lenient one with the curfew, but like dad's more lenient on letting go in the first place, so that's the good thing. Let's see, something else is you've got to step up and be the 3rd parent in the household when they are not home. You've got to really kind of find the balance of being able to step up and be the 3rd parent and take responsibility and be kind of in control and be like, this is a good thing for us to do, this is not a good thing for us to do, but also you gotta find the balance of how to be that older sibling that's like fun and like is kind of your friend, and then be the 3rd parent and have the responsibility at the same time, and you gotta find the happy medium where you have your siblings' trust and you have your parents' trust, and if it comes down to it, I don't know how I would handle that if they were like, is she lying or whatever, because me and my siblings are really close in age. Like, I'm 17, my sister's 16, and my brother's about to be 15. So that's kind of hard because we're all pretty close in age, so we're pretty good friends, and we like to protect. You seem to protect your own, just as like human nature. So that's a difficult situation, but you've also got to have your parents' trust if you want to go do something, or like if they need you to do something, you got to be able to go and do that. So, but yeah, I think there's just like a lot of automatic pressure that you're put under to be like the example, because like another thing is you pave the way for your siblings. That can either be a good thing or it can be a bad thing. In my situation, I think it was a good thing because I don't really do things that I'm not supposed to. I don't get in trouble very often. So, like, it's irritating and frustrating for me because my mom and my dad see that at 17, like, I'm good, like, that's okay for me to do, like, stuff like that. And then they're letting my 14-year-old brother do that. And I know at 14, I was not allowed to do that. That was not okay. You have to be older, stuff like that. But now he's doing it because they're allowing me to, and they're seeing that it's okay for me, and that I didn't get in trouble or it didn't go bad for me. So now they're letting him do it, and it's just that's frustrating. But you kind of just have to get over it and ride with it because you can't change it. So yeah, but you automatically have more responsibility as the oldest, and I feel like parents don't mean to put that on you, but it's just automatically there. And if something were to happen, they would expect you to step up and help and stuff. But that's just how I was raised. So I think it's very interesting to see the older siblings' perspective of the friends that I have that are the oldest sibling. And sometimes it's not the same. Like sometimes it's very different. But then I also have a lot of friends that are youngest sibling, and they are how I see my younger siblings. Like they get away with a lot more. They don't have like as strict as rules, stuff like that. But yeah. So in conclusion, just make sure like when they're having a bad day, it's not necessarily they're just trying to be mean or whatever. They probably just got the hammer brought down